Hello, good morning, or good afternoon, good evening, good day, whatever time of day it is for you, good day, and welcome back to the Yogi Minimalist Fit Enthusiast. Or if you're watching this from my website, gettingmymojoback.com. Hello and welcome. Today's Mojo's Motivational Mondays is all about who are you doing it for? This time I wrote some key notes just so I'm staying on track. But this is really about those of us who tend to people please. Um, you know, it's very interesting, right? Because when you're people pleasing, you're not thinking about yourself per se, you're thinking about the other person. You want to cater to them, or the job or whatever it is. You want to cater to whatever it is. So we become super loyal to doing things, and sometimes that takes away from ourselves. And there's a borderline, you of course you want to do things for people. You want others to feel good, but you have to set boundaries with them and also set boundaries with yourself. That this is something that I've been working on as of recently. I've always been good at placing boundaries on other people, but then it's like, okay, I need to establish more boundaries with myself because there's something that's not connecting, and we create those expectations with other people. But hey, people are going to do what they want to do. You have to look within yourself and see if those boundaries need to be mirrored, right? So who are you doing it for? It can be anything that comes to mind. But who are you doing it for? You know, you have to really think to yourself of the reasons behind we do things. Some people are so quick to act, and they become impulsive and then act or react. But bringing it all within, right? You want to bring it back within yourself. Why am I doing this? Why am I doing A, B, or C, or whatever it is? I try to keep things a little general because sometimes when you're talking about certain things and it might be a little specific, people tend to be locked in on that thing and not the whole concept of the situation. So whatever it is for you, whether if it's a job or doing a favor for somebody, who are you doing it for? Of course, like I said, you want to keep the other person in mind, but you also want to make sure you're establishing boundaries on both sides, and that's going to help prevent resentment. Resentment can be such a heavy thing to carry because it's like, all right, I'm doing all these things, I'm doing it, and there's nothing in return, or it's the same thing. I'm feeling burnt out from that situation. Whatever it is, use your imagination. Use your imagination. Um, this is something that popped into my head not long ago because, you know, we sometimes want things for other people, or we do things for other people, and not realizing we may want some type of reward or reinforcement or whatever it is. And then, with that resentment, then it leads to being disappointed in that person. And it's like, well, now I'm disappointed. I did this, and, you know, whatever it was that I was looking for, it wasn't received back. And then it's like that could have been avoided if you were to do things genuinely, right? Without expectations. Do things because you want to do it. Do things because it makes you feel good. Now I am going to be a little bit more specific. your goals. We have goals, big goals, small goals, whatever it is. We have goals, or you should at least have goals. I mean, everyone, I do not believe you accomplish a goal and then you're like, okay, I'm done. I'm done. Hot cocoa break. Hot cocoa. This is an Alama mug. I know, really off topic, but it's kind of cold today and I wanted some hot cocoa. Shout out to Grocery Outlet for having non-dairy hot chocolate, completely plant-based, you know. Shout out to you, Grocery Outlet. Anyways, when you have goals, we get excited about it. We might want to share it with people, and that's fine. Be careful who you share these goals with, because people, unfortunately, often project. That's just what we do. We all do it. We project because of something that we're feeling inside. It may not have nothing to do with you. It's something within ourselves, and that's coming out, and that can unfortunately cause the other person some type of grief, because it's like, whoa, I'm trying to share something, you know, cool with you, something that I'm passionate about, and it doesn't seem like you're being supportive. Or, you know, just be careful with who you're sharing your goals and dreams with, because you want people to be excited because you're excited. You know, this, whatever it is you want to achieve, you want people to support you and have your back. Not because of that's your own goal. Whatever it is, that's your own goal. That has nothing to do with the other person, right? But because of the person that you are and the passion that you are expressing, that should be enough, right? Oftentimes people don't realize that, you know, it's like, oh, you sure? Or, you know, like, sometimes it's just best to keep comments to yourself, you know. Be supportive, have an open ear, have an open heart, have an open heart, you know, and really dig deep. Like, if you are feeling a certain way about someone else's goals, why? Ask yourself, why are you feeling that way? You know, ask yourself why. But anyways, getting back to your goals, you really want to focus on doing whatever it is because you want to do it. Growing up, being a people pleaser myself, and you know, I still am to a certain degree, but I'm just very selective of who I'm pleasing. But growing up, people will make suggestions. Oh, you should do this. You can become this, do that. And although, you know, as a kid, I've always wanted to be a writer or a teacher or help people in some way. Um, but, you know, people are like, oh, you should do this, do modeling, do this, or you can, you know, be an actor, or, you know, they would say these things and you take it in. You're like, okay, maybe I should try it out and see. And then, of course, you know, if you, let's say you say, well, I want to do this, I want to write, or I want to be a teacher, and they're just like, huh? It's almost like it's not, because your dream may be big to you, it may look a certain way to someone else. I just find it funny because you have to consider the source. You have to always consider the source, whether you're getting advice from someone, suggestions, or whatever it is. Consider the source, because they may or may not know what they're talking about. They may or may not know you on a personal or deeper level. They may make accusations based on excuse me, their idea of you. You know what I mean? So always consider the source. But yeah, you want to accomplish your goals, dreams, whatever it is, because you really want to do it. There's always going to be people going this way, going that way, going up, going down. Again, be careful with who you are sharing goals and dreams with, but also consider the source. All right. So what else did I put here? Do it if it feels good to you. Do it for yourself. People will try to take things away. They will try to take your happiness or whatever it is, your joy, your excitement, because of how they're feeling about themselves. We've seen plenty of quotes online, memes. We've heard people talk about it. And the thing is, we see and hear these things all the time. Sometimes you have to see and hear it in a different way, different angle. Um, some people learn differently. I just wanted to come on here and share my thoughts about accomplishing anything that you want to do in your life. Just think of who are you doing it for. Don't lose sight of that, because it doesn't always have to be about yourself. You may want to do certain things because you want to motivate a certain crowd, or you, like in my case, I'm doing this for myself. I wish I would have had a better or more uplifting and positive environment. Not to say it was always bad. It wasn't. But looking back, looking at my inner child, um, and trying to connect within my inner child, looking back at my younger self, I meant to say, that's why I'm doing it. I'm doing this because I've had you know um, some positive people in my life, some people not so positive, or basically toxic, and or positive in a toxic way. So, and people wanting you to do or accomplish certain things for their benefit. That's what I was looking for. Some people might say things or want you to do certain things for their benefit. They're not really considering you. They might consider a talent or a skill that you have that's going to make them better, but it may not be something that you want to pursue. Um, so, yeah, I say all that to say, who are you doing it for? Why are you doing it? Whatever your passion is, or whatever the situation is. Again, like I said, keep an open mind, an open heart, and don't be afraid to, you know, dig within, because this is who is important. You're with yourself 24/7, 24/8. So, who are you doing it for? Don't be afraid to do certain things or move a certain way because of you and how you feel about it. All right? Don't forget to please yourself. There's people pleasers all over, but don't forget to please yourself. So, on that note, thank you so much for joining me on another Mojo's Motivational Mondays, and I will see you next week. Bye.